already. Good evening, Mr.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Are you all...
I was sleeping.
Tell me about your
My wife died because of me.
How could your...
I was working a double.
You can't...
Of course I didn't.
Tell me more about the...
1915. I was...
What happened?
The Germans sent...
I'm sorry for your loss.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer.
How are your children?
They were smaller then.
Is there anything...
Really?
Unfortunately...
Well,
Goodbye for now.
you always knew the word.
Good evening.
And good evening.
I located...
I was afraid of such bad news.
That's quite a list.
This dreadful influenza.
Do you realize you could...
Is this not true?
As long as you...
That's all I'm asking.
What do you think
It's a shame he's so...
with the influence?
I believe that it's...
So you believe it's...
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud... As far as I know, nobody's...
What happened to him?
We don't know.
I want to...
I know I may sound presumptuous,
Self-confidence is essential.
but you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed.
Don't you...
Chasing shadows, Reed.
Do you need my...
I would have...
There is no...
Any doctor.
Goodbye. I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
Peace. Good evening.
Do you need...
Well, and that is... Unfortunately,
What do you mean?
a hospital...
Goodbye, Miss...
I will not let you down, Mark. I'm all right.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I'm quite busy.
Do you need...
Don't be...
Then you are...
I wish this hospital...
Are you all right?
For now...
Has Dr...
Yes, this place...
Do you think Dr. Strickland has any chance?
His wish to cure the sick is not driven by pride, but by...
You consider him a good practitioner?
Strickland may be a rival.
Thank you for your time.
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir, and I thank you for your generous donation.
Good evening.
Good evening. Poor doctor.
Where is Dr.
I don't know.
Do you need...
I'm afraid.
Not...
Thank you.
Goodbye, nurse. Good evening, Miss Howe.
I need blood.
Are you...
They were vampire.
What did they want?
They wanted Dr. Swansea to confess.
They heard...
Yes.
I'll leave you.
Fear and disgust.
Good evening, Miss...
Evening.
Are you...
Yeah.
What did they...
They went up.
Soldier.
Not really. As don't think you can.
Goodbye for...
Fear and disgust on every street
What
corner.
of my own life?
The daily routine.
Time has lost its effect on me.
Those bastards. What have they done to Edgar? Looks like he's wounded. I better follow the blood. McCullum and his thugs are taking the credit for Edgar's abduction. They really mean business.
Ultraviolet curtains and Ori calcium powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack. Says a lot about how much he trusts you.
What have you done with Edgar?
Don't worry. We don't kill humans. Even if your friend is deserving of a little punishment for one.
What are you talking about?
We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic. You aim to unleash another disaster just like William Marshall did.
No, I'm trying to put an end to it. Just like you are.
You're its progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeffrey, please listen to me.
No tricks. That shit won't work on me. We've found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak! So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true. Do you know what this is, Beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood. The blood of a true defender of Britain. Stronger than your evil powers.
This is ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father. Come on, close your eyes! This is gonna hurt. I'll pin you down! The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me. The free wind prevails! If you're so innocent... Your true light will cleanse you. Close your eyes! We are the guardian of justice. Priwen shall prevail.
You can't accept the fact we're not enemies, can you?
We always have been, and we always will be. Of all the evils that threaten mankind, your kind are the worst.
I was only reborn for a few minutes.
You were only reborn for a few minutes, and you'd already taken the life of an innocent woman.
There is no way you'll ever let me be, McCullum. You'll always hunt me down, won't you?
There is no escape, Leech. Kill me now, for there is no way you can sway me to your ideals.
That's where you're mistaken.
What do you mean?
I'll spare you, McCullum. I'll offer you the mercy you never offered me.
What is this ruse?
This is no ruse, McCullum. This is me letting you go. After all, you and I are both trying to save this poor country in our own way.
I'll kill you, Reed. Next time we meet, I'll end you.
See? Progress already. You called me by my name. Until the next time. Goodbye, Hunter.
weapons ready! Found one!
Want some of this? Let's get it down! Killing's all you deserve! Bloody leech! Watch it! It's a trap! I hate leeches! He's done for!
It's a leech! Kill it! Oh my god!
I ought you to step back! Roll back to the hell that barred you! Kill you! Stupid beast! Bloody leech! Oh, that's pretty smart! Fucking beast! You'll pay for this, you ugly fucker!
So Priwen never left Doris's theatre after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
Fear no evil. We do the Lord's work here. Bloody monster! Die, beast! Fake, brothers! Christ, he's dead! We have to stop it! Run! Back to the shadows!
This is despicable.
Remember your vows, friend. Over there! There's one of them vermin! Have faith, brothers! See them fancy clothes? This one's a top! Murdering bastard! Don't forget to check every door. We cannot be defeated. smells like rotten meat. The one's here.
We cannot be defeated. Have no fear, brother.
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
Don't forget to check in. Turn around, sir. I'll put it.
It's locked, all right. Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind. It's locked.
Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Geoffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
I think you're hiding something, Edgar.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession. Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum?
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theater. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother, a symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
How dare you judge me? Must I name the alarming list of your victims?
We are both deceivers. But at least I know I'm a monster.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Yes, Edgar, you're about to die. I won't say it's fair, but I can't say you don't deserve it.
Your words hurt deeply, Jonathan, for they come from a friend. I helped you, remember?
Yes, I remember.
The second I saw you in that bar, I knew we would accomplish great things, you and I.
I thought you were a vampire, till you brandished that cross.
You looked so lost when you opened that door. For a few seconds, I thought you were there to kill me.
I think we were both afraid.
And now, I feel true fear. Is there an afterlife? What will become of me when I'm dead, Dr. Reed?
I really cannot say, Dr. Swansea.
In the end, life betrays us all.